Welcome to Garden of the Gods. Now, unless you live in Colorado, you've probably never heard of this place. But that's all about to change because this is a world-class destination for landscape photography. The Great American West is filled with all kinds of natural treasures. But in all my years of hauling camera gear into the wilderness, I've never quite come across a place like Garden of the Gods. Actually, full disclaimer, to call this location wilderness might be a little bit of a stretch, because it is situated right in the center of beautiful Colorado Springs, which makes it one of the greatest city parks in the entire universe. In fact, the closest thing you can ever hope to get to a wild animal in these parts may be your occasional reefer-toking hiker. And let's face it, they're about as fierce as a manatee stuffing his face with kelp. The point is, Garden of the Gods is a highly accessible, easy-to-navigate destination, which offers up a huge amount of stunning visual payout for your photographic money. Since the beginning of recorded history, the human race has always held an undying fascination with the fastest, the tallest, and the biggest. But here's the thing, when it comes to landscape photography, bigger is not always better. You see, the United States is filled with juggernaut-sized national parks, and that's really great, until you realize you only have a couple of days to cover a cool 6 billion miles. You could easily storm around Grand Teton and Yellowstone for 2 straight years and still never see everything they have to offer. Not to mention, reefer-toking hikers would be the least of your worries on the wild animal scale. But Garden of the Gods is different, because this is a destination which easily satisfies our desires for big, bold, beautiful geological features, and it does so in a very concentrated area. At just over 2 miles across, I dare say a savvy photographer can do some serious damage in a little more than a single day. The giant red rock towers are nothing short of astonishing. They're part of a colossal iron ferrite vein which slices through the Colorado landscape for hundreds of miles, occasionally breaking through the Earth's crust in a spectacular fashion. Imagine if Godzilla were to lay down and take a nap for a few million years, leaving his massive radioactive dorsal spikes protruding into the air, and you'll kind of get the idea. So, what is the best time of year to come and photograph Garden of the Gods? Honestly, this is one of those rare 365 days a year locations. The landscape in this part of Colorado is covered with gnarly, twisted old juniper trees which keep their green foliage throughout the year, making this an ideal destination for virtually any season.
All right, here we are. You've made it halfway through. Thank you for not falling asleep. Do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second. I know you can do it. All right, cool. Back to the show.
If you've ever wanted to see what life on another planet may look like, you may not actually have to leave Earth to fulfill that experience. Wait for the sun to disappear over the horizon, and the red rock towers of the American Southwest will quickly start to resemble a scene from one of our closest celestial neighbors. The red sandstone monoliths pierce the vibrant Colorado sunset, creating a Martian landscape like no other place on Earth. Now, if you're one of those photographers who goes nuts for magic hour, this is definitely one of those destinations which will take your portfolio to spectacular new heights. Get lucky enough to photograph a nice sunset on any given beach or mountain range, and you've caught yourself a unicorn. Get lucky enough to photograph a sunset at Garden of the Gods, and you've pretty much captured a nuclear fire phoenix going supernova. Maybe I'm just a bit biased, but if you ask me, there aren't too many other places in the world which can compare. There's never been a better destination for the great beings of ancient mythology to come down from the heavens and spend a little time on Earth. In the end, the name says it all. Our little blue planet is home to all kinds of amazing destinations, and I've had the privilege to produce photographic artwork for homes and businesses all across the nation. If you are interested in acquiring your own little piece of Mother Nature, every image which appears in this episode can be purchased from my website. So be sure to check out the link in the show notes below, and I look forward to providing your next fine art photograph. Well, there you have it. All the best features of the American Southwest packed into one concentrated area. So if you happen to be short on time, it's kind of like visiting Colorado, Arizona, and Utah all in a single day. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us, and always remember, the camera will take you places you never imagined.